What is up, everybody? Dang it, the fireman. Yup. Sounds like I have a hiccup every time I do that. Anyways, we're going to talk about how to be a good riding buddy. Now, this is for those that are riding with their buddies already, and this is for those that want to start riding but don't know how, and what's the etiquette, and what do you do, and all that stuff. This isn't group riding. Group riding has its own special etiquette. I've already talked about that, but this is like riding with like a friend or two, maybe three. 4 is a little bit too much. All right, let's jump into it. First and foremost, ride the same ride, okay? Ride the same ride. One of you wants to go out and ride and be a hooligan, the other one doesn't want to, then you guys aren't on the same ride. Make sure you guys have a clear distinction of where you want to go, what you're going to do, how you ride, what you're doing, all that stuff, okay? So be on the same ride and watch out for each other. Watch out for each other. So like if somebody is out over here, there's a little bit of debris right here. So I'm going to do my foot down. I talked about ride signals, riding in a group signals video. You might want to check that out. It's really good. Or have a Cardo, or have some type of system to where you can talk to each other. It's really cool. But watch out for each other. You know, make sure you guys are telling each other about potholes, dangers, traps, letting people know to slow down. Making sure that everyone is riding safely, and it's really easy to do it on a smaller group ride, and that's how you become a really good riding buddy. You do not want to be a motorcycle rider in a group that doesn't do anything when it comes to like, hey, look out for this, because you're not really helping anybody. It's really cool to, you know, have that communication. Now, if you're riding and you're brand new and you don't want to take your hands off the handlebars, don't want to take your feet off the foot pegs and foot rests, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. But that's where having a communication system is really important. So before you even go out to ride, you guys all fill up, okay? So make sure you guys all fill. This is also part about riding the same ride. Make sure you guys all fill up at the same time. If you're the first person to get in there and start pumping the fuel, just buy a round for everybody. Just buy a little round of fuel for everybody. And here's why, okay? It takes forever. If you do your little 2-3 gallons, maybe 5 gallons, put it back. Now you have to creep out of the way, they creep up, and then they have to do it. It takes a while. So what you do is you pay for it, you fill it up, you fill your bike up, you move your bike forward. Don't put the gas thingy back, okay? And then tell your buddy to come on up and you fill his up, you fill the next person up, you do all that stuff, okay? What's up, guys? Be a good riding buddy and wave at each other too. That's really cool. That's not on the list, but something interesting. Anyways, so buy a round of fuel. Now, some people might want to put, you know, like 87 instead of 91. That's fine, whatever. You deal with that on your own, but just go buy some for everybody. This is huge. This is huge. Be predictable, okay? So don't be like, you know, I'm going to stay in this lane, and I'm going to be in lane position 1 for most of the ride. And I understand that you're supposed to be riding in whatever lane you can be for evasive maneuvers, but don't be like, hey guys, look at me, look, I'm going to be like this, I'm going to turn right here, but I'm going to take a break, I'm going to do this, I'm going to stop. This is where riding the same ride and telling people what's going on is very important. You want to let them know what you're doing, and the best way to do that is tell everybody what we're going to do, where we're going to do it, how we're going to do it, and we're going to stick to it. And that's how you be predictable. Don't be passing your own friends. Don't be doing all that. Oh, it's a private drive. Dang it. That would look like fun on this thing. So don't be doing anything crazy. It really throws a wrench in the whole system. You don't want to be that one guy that you guys all agreed on taking a nice ride, but then doing some wheelies. You know, just doing wheelies past each other. Just don't do that. Don't do that. It is another huge one. Wait at the turns. So if you're ahead of people, like let's say on these massive turns. So this is what I do on group rides when it comes to like Mount Lemon or with my buddy Matt. If there's anything that involves like a lot of turning, I sit back, and I talked about this in the group ride video, ride your own ride part. I sit back and I ride my ride. They're like up there where that truck is, and I'm out here riding my own ride. But on a turn, if that truck goes around that turn and if I crash, always check your mirrors. Make sure your buddy's still behind you. If you're up front, make sure your buddy's still behind you. This is the whole waiting at turns thing. If you're up front, wait at turns, especially after nice pace, nice dangerous turning. So like if I crash right here and that truck keeps going, they could be miles and miles and miles and miles before the person up front recognizes that somebody is not behind them. and then that could be a deadly or dangerous situation. So on these big turns, like ride your own ride, but keep checking your mirrors. I got this silver car behind me, and I keep checking my mirrors for that car. I'm pretending that that is a rider, and so now I'm checking my mirrors. But on these big turns, like let's say I have to turn right and I'm way ahead, I'll stop at that turn so I'm visible to the person behind me, so they know that that's where they have to turn, even though they might have GPS and all that. I want to make sure that my buddy, we're riding the same ride, we're watching out for each other. I want to make sure my buddy is fine, because if I sit there for like 5-10 minutes and I'm like, man, he was like maybe 30 seconds behind me. I wouldn't sit 5-10 minutes. I'd sit probably 3 minutes. It's like he was 30 seconds behind me. Why is it 4 minutes later and he still isn't passing by? This is freaking me out. I'm gonna turn back and see what happened. Who knows? He could have crashed, could have broken down, could have blown a tire. Could have been a bunch of things. Could have got pulled over. If your buddy got pulled over, don't get pulled. Don't go back. Hey, there's horses. If your buddy got pulled over, be like, I'll call you later. All right, so help each other. This is what I was talking about when it comes to waiting on the turns and watching out for each other. But the helping each other out part that really makes a huge difference is I just got saddlebags on my bike. I was able to install it because of Matt, Motos with Matt. I also got I'm actually riding with the luggage rack, and I got a backpack. Let's say my buddy doesn't have any of that stuff, and he has some gear. He wants to carry a water bottle, but he can't. I'm gonna carry his water bottle. Help each other out. I could charge my phone. Let's say my phone is 100% because I'm charging my phone right here while I'm riding. Maybe I'll pop his phone here, or we could pull over and we could charge each other's stuff. You know, whatever it is, whatever you have, share with your buddy. Whatever he has, hopefully he shares with you. But make sure you guys are helping each other out in that way. Carry gear if you have room. And here's the thing. Ride with each other as much as possible. I personally have this is my fault. This is one of my things that I don't do very well. We have a group here locally in Tucson. They ride all the time. And they have this nice bond. I'm out here, I'm trying to balance, YouTube, trying to balance, editing and family and all this stuff. I rarely have time on weekends to go out for a ride. Okay, I rarely have time. But they go out and ride, and they know each other, they know each other's quirks. They know that, this person's going to do this in a turn, this person's going to do this person's going to do this. I don't have to worry about them in a turn. I don't have to worry about them in a straight line. They know where they know each other. They know each other. I'm talking about all these guys over here. You know what I'm saying? All these Tucson peoples. I don't know why I keep having accents. Anyways, make sure you guys ride with each other as much as possible so you can lessen some of these things. So when you ride your own ride ride the same ride, it just comes natural. You don't have to hey, how are you gonna ride today? You just be like, all right, let's go for a ride. Boom, it's done. You know what I mean? So make sure you guys ride as much as possible. I need to start doing that a little bit more. Sorry about that. I'd love to keep going out there. Now that I got everything settled, maybe I can. Who knows? We'll see. But be a good riding buddy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to turn right. I don't know where I'm going, to be honest. But if you want to find some riding buddies around you, best thing you can do is join the Discord. It's absolutely free. There's a bunch of us that have our state or city, state, and where a country, all that stuff next to our names, and it's pretty cool. There's a lot. It's an easy way to connect. There's 1,200 of us on the Discord. It's a giant chat room. You might want to check it out. See if you like it. If you don't like it, you can always leave. It's not a big deal. Thank you for trying it out and seeing what it's all about. But there's some really cool stuff in there. All right. So with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, stay alert, stay alive, boys. See you later.